But as you know, to the left, when you have a penis, you're a woman. And it's okay if you're a 50, 60, 70-year-old man to shower with your 12-year-old daughter. You have to inspect her for demons. You never know what could happen.
Well, what's great about that jackass that's trying to get into, she's not going to get in, I don't believe. But what's great about her is she's there because she's a black woman. That is the entire qualification to be in the seat she's in to be interviewed.
Well, she was
And
told that.
and she's still trying to say, I'm not a biologist. Like, you don't
Not a
have to be a
biologist.
biologist in the morning when you get up and you pee. Did you pee out a dick or did you pee out of fucking something
No,
else?
I mean, come on now.
I mean, it's
I'm,
pretty simple. You don't got to be a biologist. You just have to have a fucking brain. So
that
if you
would
can't
be,
tell that, then you definitely can't preside over any law for the entire fucking country.
you could like shoot somebody in the head and be like, I'm not a murderer, but that motherfucker's dead.
It happened by fucking divine intervention.
I mean, come on now. Again, that line was like the shocking. Oh wow, you're also retarded. On the fact that you're also by far an unbelievable pedoph-
Unqualified.
pedophile sympathizer.
Yeah, and unqualified. She
So
doesn't have the
so
time in it all.
qualifications are thrown out the window when 7 out of 7 times, 7 out of 7 chances, 100% of the time, you were given the chance to give pedophiles, sometimes trying to and succeeding raping 8-year-olds, you were given the chance to go above the minimum sentencing, and you chose 7 out of 7 not to do it. You're not
Yeah.
qualified for a park bench,
No,
let
you heard
alone
her
the Supreme
excuse, didn't
Court.
you? Her excuse was is that things are different on the internet now, and you can accidentally click things.
Yeah.
I will give you, and I will give you just this. You can accidentally click something once and learn not to click certain shit because it's fucked up and it's not something you want. Now, however, when you've got a cache of fucking photos and videos on your fucking shit stored, there ain't no mistake being made.
No. No.
You are, by definition, a hoarder of those things because that's what the fuck you like and that's what gets you off. So there's no sympathy there. But
No,
certainly
but
not from anybody that cares about their fucking children.
it's such a cop out to say that was. I mean, I get what she's trying to defend and what she's trying to say, but
Again,
again,
I outlined what is wrong with that entire argument. It had to be a one-time isolated incident,
right.
clicking something and getting you to this point. But all these people that are in these fucking cases are like going out and fucking trying to touch the little girls. And if they do have, and if they were there specifically for digital evidence, the digital evidence is fucking a pile. It's not one. It's not an accident.
No,
It's
but
many, many files as evidence. That
the
means you
worst.
went out of your way to make that fucking happen.
Well, some of them they said were gigs upon gigs
Yeah,
too.
you went out of your way to
Like,
make that happen.
yeah,
Like, let's say he even found a pack, which I hope to God there's not one floating around out there, but let's say he found a pack of photos and videos. He still had to actively download it and wait for it to download to have it. So he went and looked for it. It wasn't a mistake. And when I say he, it's subjectional as any of the people in that case of evidence, but you had to look for it. You had to go out and actively want that on your hard drive to look at and to watch. It
which
wasn't a
yeah,
mistake. It wasn't a one-time click. It wasn't like fucking a pop-up you accidentally clicked button. And if that was the case, you accidentally clicked it like 30 times and then waited 3 days to download it. No, I don't think so.
if you're downloading underage butthole, you were searching. Your thoughts were for underage butthole,
Right?
right? So there you go. But when she's talking about she deemed one of those cases, and the reason that she ruled the way she ruled was because she deemed them almost peer to peer. She said that they were in relatives of age. When the
That's
kid
called
was
statutory rape by definition.
one was 8 or 9 years old, and he was like 16, 17 years old. I
How
don't
the
know. He
fuck is
was
that peers?
peers in the last decade in her mind. Where does anybody towards a teenager have anything in common with an 8-year-old?
They don't.
But
Besides ruining their life and making them fucking carry baggage they didn't need to carry the
these
rest
are
of
the
their fucking
people,
life.
man. What one way or the other, whether people want to face it or not. I know it's a fucking weird subject that people don't like to get into,
Mm.
but we are really over ran by people who are pedophile in nature,
Yeah,
and if they're not, they have it in them to protect them,
unfortunately so.
and we see
I
it
don't.
all the time.
I don't even have kids, man. Like I don't even have children, and it shouldn't even be something I care about. But I mean, how can you look at the evidence in front of you with any kind of logic and be like, "Oh, well, that was an accident." Oh, like No, that's a peer. Like, how fucking retarded are you? And that says something about the fucking degree you hold, because obviously you shouldn't have it. You should have never passed the fucking bar. These are things that are absolutely issues that need to be looked up on further besides just the retarded fucking answers this lady's given.
Well, you
And I
also have
said
to,
this lady because she's obviously a fucking woman, even if she doesn't know what she is when she gets up and fucking pees and wipes herself. But that's what she is.
well, she doesn't know that. She's not a biologist, dude.